girl Jay. Me. It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I just hear there may be some sort of say it with your chest energy. It felt still, it felt calm, it felt focused when I lean into your energy, and I like that for you. There's something about like, get it done. Let's get it in. Let's make it happen. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. Over there in the plunge, the Spirit Squadron and I, we clarify every single card to our liking. Really diving in. It's the extended. There's all my content is over there. It's way more than just monthly readings. So check it out. For daily content, check out my Instasham at justj_everything, TikTok at justjeverything, and for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. Now, Sagittarius, mutable fire, Leo, fixed fire. It's time to ride. It's time to ride. Move forward. There is something about no longer like taking the weight with you, no longer taking the heaviness with you. A deep acknowledgement of feelings, a deep acknowledgement of outdated thought processes, outdated fears, an outdated sense of control possibly. And there is this authenticity that gets to come through. In Leo season, this is just like access to the heart. This is all about being in our heart, being heart-centered, being all spirit, all willpower. Leo is the sign of I will. And because of that, the exposure to yourself, I want you to really start allowing yourself to be very instinct-based this season. And Cancer season is very intuition-based. And now we're like tapping into our instincts and the harnessing of our willpower. And so, minimal astrological notes. You're preparing for retrograde. And I think that it's important that you understand the slowing down, the reevaluation that's coming up. It's needed. On July 22nd, well, it's needed also because in Leo season, you're going to be tempted to like live life to the fullest and go for the gold and really like go for it and do it. And like, yes, that, but like very intentional. There's something about adding a layer of heart-centered intention. And you got to get to and see what your intentions are before. I just saw 333. Before you can co-create the new, wherever this new aim that you're pointing at, the new arrow that you're ready to let go of, you got to make sure that shit's sharpened. You got to make sure it's aerodynamic. You got to make sure like check on the sturdiness of it before you let go. There's something about like readjusting your aim. On July 22nd, Leo gets the sun. The sun returning home in rulership. The sun in astrology is what you know about yourself to be true. And so the sun coming home and in rulership, there is definitely a lot of profound, maybe even harsh lessons about yourself that are coming in. Your ruling planet, Jupiter, is in Aries, which is the sign of the self. Leo is a sign of the self, but Aries is like your self-image, like your concept of me. And so some shit's gonna shine in a different way. And I do feel like having integrity, honesty, loyalty, your ethics, your morals, at like higher on the list, as high as possible. It's going to get you to a point or get you to a place in your walk, in your day-to-day, just like living of life. It's like you can really release a lot of the filters that people have told you that you've needed. It's like now you can kind of like, now you've learned what's appropriate, like appropriate filters for you to have on yourself. On July 28th, we have the new moon in Leo, and that very much so is about, and I'll do a separate video, but it's very much so about like what aspect of yourself are you ready to display? What are you ready to market? What are you ready to share? That same day, Jupiter retrogrades in Aries. And the lessons in self that are coming in are just like, are you going to learn how to rely on yourself? Are you going to learn how to be like your whole self, being loved for your whole self? There's definitely lessons coming in by way of other people with Sagittarius, Pisces, or Aries placements, possibly Libra as well. There are these big shifts that are coming in for the collectively, but you specifically. Your ruling planet's going to be retrograding between Aries and Pisces, and I'm not taking cards yet, but I do think that there is some heartbreak, some disappointment that's been motivating you for way too long. For some of you, this is new, but I do feel like there is some sort of cloudiness in your mind. You showing up real clearly. I do feel like the more that you run from this, the more that it diminishes you in some sort of way. So you might as well get to the root of it and get busy figuring out the uprooting of these self-limiting beliefs or harsh words that have been spoken, or aches and pains and disappointments. Maybe somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements that really has hurt you in some sort of way or disappointed you in some sort of way. And I do feel like there's no more running from the pain. Fire signs are really great at just keeping it fucking moving and not processing any of actually like anything that they've actually gone through, or it's like, oh, 6 months have gone by and it's like, oh, that actually hurt my feelings. It's like time to process some stuff. On July 31st, we have the Uranus and North Node conjunction in Taurus. I'm going to do a separate video, but that's definitely about some like getting a crash course to like your destiny point, or it's like getting a police escort to like your destiny point is how that felt for you. I haven't even thought about that, but that's how the image came for you guys. It's just like there is like this police escort, you being like the path made really clear of like what to do. It's just like, are you going to choose you? Are you going to choose your purpose? Are you going to choose your bliss, your joy? Or are you going to keep doing what you've always done? On August 1st, Mars joins the party. The god of war joins the fucking party, and I'm telling you, there are these big changes that are coming in, especially on a collective scale. I do feel like this is some revolutionary shit. Some revolutionary shit that's coming through, and we'll dive in, but I feel like we're all just needing to keep our eyes and ears open. On August 4th, Mercury goes into Virgo, and thank God. It's just like there's some fucking order to this chaos that we can finally articulate and ask for. Getting way more structured, way more efficient in our dealings. I feel like it's that Mercury going into Virgo is really going to help us cut out the excess, going to help you remove the excess from your life. It's going to help you distance yourself from, I think, projects and people that no longer serve you. I think it's going to be really, really great for fire signs, specifically. On August 11th, Venus goes into Leo, and all of a sudden, like, your heart, your love, all of the things want to shine. You're going to be attracting in children, love, romance, art, creativity, things that are like joyful, delightful, expressing yourself in a very authentic and beautiful way. I just keep feeling like authenticity, and authenticity doesn't just have to be like keeping it real. I mean, that's like, I think like authentic leather, like quality. There's like something about like the goods, the finer things, you getting to allow. And I just saw 1101. Yeah, there's some sort of like reset, some sort of manifestation of like the goodness, the finer things in life. That same day, on August 11th, we have the full moon in Aquarius, and there is this big shift in the company that you keep. We've been talking about it for about a year now, because Saturn and Jupiter, your ruling planet, was in Aquarius for so long. Saturn still's there. Retrograde as fuck. And the full moon on top of it. The full moon in Aquarius happening, it just feels like there's going to be a deep acknowledgement and releasing of your friends in high places, hopes, wishes, your community, your collective. There's going to be shifts. Cuts will be made. Dreams will come true after the appropriate room is made. It's very buckle up energy. August 20th, Mars goes into Gemini, and we are motivated to learn new things, to articulate ourselves better, to interact, to play, to expand our minds, to be curious. I also feel like mind games is going to be a thing. Overthinking could be a thing. But let it draw you to curiosity rather than suspicion. And you'll know what that means. In Leo season, there's something about you really clearing the slate enough to feel really, really confident in like trying to just shoot your shot. Swish. So, light it if you got it, hydrate. Clearing out that stale old energy and welcoming in the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages from our benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. For Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For Leo season 2022. Sagittarius, take a deep breath, please. Hold it for a little bit, and then exhale, and empty your lungs. Get all that old air out. Take a deep breath when you're ready. Hold it at the top, and push it out your mouth. I feel like this is way too much, but I will take this first one, which is the devil. Yeah, that was way too many cards. Devil, Seven of Pentacles, the Magician, Ten of Swords. There's a lot of conflict here. There was a lot of cards that came out, but the first one was the Devil, so that's what I'll take. First card being out, first thing to be clarified. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid to face your fears? Are you afraid of your shadow? Are you aware of your shadow? Are you aware of the toxic attachments that you have still in your life? What has a hold on you? What's bedeviled you in some sort of way? What has you bound? But also on the flip side of that, Sagittarius, there could be definitely some sort of uprising of power. That is from that, an uprising of power that comes from exploring your shadow. And that for some of you, that could be as simple as like exploring different sexual desires, dating or befriending different kinds of people. Some of you, there's a toxic job, a toxic possibly relationship, a toxic or an addiction, possibly maybe somebody with Capricorn or Aquarius placements, really impacting your life or really on your mind. But I do feel like there is something about what has a hold on you, what has hooks in you, what is attached to you versus what are you connected to, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What has, like, what's lighting a fire to you, what's applying pressure on you. It's time to be addressed. It's time to look at it. The Devil is Capricorn energy and Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn, so there could definitely be a lot coming to light in your career in regards to your accomplishments, in regards to your peak, people in authority over your life, people who have way more say-so than you'd want them to. There could be secrets or things being revealed in regards to your career, in regards to what you want to accomplish, in regards to your reputation, in regards to your legacy. It's time to like really think about what you want to be known for. And also, how can you leave the campsite better than it was when you fucking arrived? In the people that you meet, in the people that you befriend, and the people that you work for, and what you do in your day-to-day life. How can you leave the campsite better than it was when you got there? I also feel like there is restriction, there's struggle, there's limitation, there are karmic debts coming by way of Saturn and Aquarius. I was just about to say Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. God, this shit, sometimes it's fucking scary, y'all. Sometimes it's just like the synchronicity of it all. It like freaks me the fuck out, but I'm in awe every day. Every day. How often the stars reflect the sky. The cards reflect the sky. There's healing coming to whatever these attachment issues are. Your attachment style may be changing. It's already going to be a juicy plunge. But what you know about love, what you know about relationships, what you know about attachment, what you know about connection, what you know about sex could really be shifting. The Seven of Swords. Yeah, you could really, really be breaking free. Seven of Swords. Okay, hold on. Seven of Swords. Hierophant reversed at the center. And the World reversed. Let's just get the final card. Final card, final message for Sagittarius. Whew. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Three of Wands reversed. With the Moon at the bottom of the deck. The writing's on the wall. The rose-colored glasses have fallen off. Some of you, there's secrets you can't keep up anymore. There's stuff with addiction, stuff with your mother, stuff with your parents, stuff with psychology, stuff with your subconscious mind that just needs to be addressed. Yeah, it needs to be addressed. Because I feel like there are, especially in regards to like love and partnership, there could be someone with Cancer, Pisces, or maybe even Scorpio placements coming in and really uncovering stuff for you. Things aren't as they seem this month. With the moon being out, you really are going to have to like look at everything through the lens of your intuition, more so than like logic and what you're seeing with your physical eyes. I do feel like you may be moving away from like old traditions or old belief systems, old religions, old philosophies. Like you definitely don't believe in what you did when you were a child or when you were a teenager. And I do feel like there is some sort of new path that's opening up to you. And you've got to really figure out, are you going to continue to be like this domestic, or are you going to continue? Some of you, it's like, am I going to continue to be the feral wolf? Am I going to continue to be this fucking wild? Am I going to continue to just like let things just fucking happen and let this chaos just like happen? Or is it time to get more domesticated, consistent, and like diligent about what I am doing and about how I'm living my life? And for some people, vice versa. You've been the domesticated, obedient dog for too long, and it's time for you to really break free. And the devil says, either way, if you're attached, there is breakthrough. There is breaking free coming in. Some of you are running from commitment, running from a marriage, or recovering from religious dogma, religious rules, religious or like you're leaving, maybe leaving the faith, leaving the church, leaving an old, like the faith system that you grew up in, or moving away from your family, moving out of your parents' house, and you're really discovering your power, really discovering like who you are, really discovering like what you really enjoy, like what you're just like learning you in a different way, it feels like. And I do feel like some of you are up to shady shit. Stop it. Because while Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius, the punishment will not fit the crime. And you could really fuck up some good stuff for you, for yourself, if you aren't really moving from a place of intention. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't do the shady thing, don't lie. Like, be fucking honest, because you could get caught up in, I've been telling you, people, specifically, I don't know, there's something going on with a 7-year cycle here. I feel like do not fucking miss these, don't piss away these tests, these opportunities to do better, these opportunities to break free from like groupthink for some of you. For some of you, there's an opportunity to get out of like a toxic relationship, possibly abusive relationship. Somewhere, some of you, you feel like you've been taken from or stolen from. And it feels like there is this end of an era, an end of a cycle that you just like want to be done with. But like everyone around you, it's like, we can't. Why do I keep having? Okay, I just heard someone said this the other day, and I can't remember who said this, but it's like, why do I keep getting sacrificed for the, or crucified for the same sin over and over and over? It's like, I just want this, I just want to move on from this. I just want to be done with this phase. I just want to be done with this chapter. I'm ready to turn my back on this old cycle. But there's some sort of like subconscious thing that needs to be examined still. It could be tied to your mother, could be tied to the mother's bloodline, wounds, untended to wounds caused by the mother. The devil says face your fears, because if you don't, you'll become exactly like the people who hurt you. Hurt people hurt people. And if you just let your wounds sit there and fester and get infected and don't clean them out, don't stitch yourself up, don't ask for help, then it's like you just cut people who didn't cut you, and then they end up cutting people that they didn't cut. You know, it's just like this weird, like, don't perpetuate or contribute to like this toxicity anymore. It feels like some of you are breaking away from, it's like you're fighting from, like, you're fighting to not get to the next level. It's like, some of you, it's like, you know, the next level requires everything to change, you know, that, and it feels like some of you are really like keeping yourself from it's like keeping yourself from making some big decisions because you don't want to rock the boat, or you don't, you like I said, there's a lot of lessons in self coming in. Your ruling planet retrogrades in Aries. And it's like, you know, how others see you, what you choose to show the world, me. And with the sun in Leo, you're going to be forced to look at all of your shadow and everything that was done in the dark. What was done in the dark comes to light and will be weighed and measured. And I feel like a lot of you have had, you know, multiple opportunities to just do the right thing. And you're like really, some of you are really, really trying to break free and change your lives. And some of you have just been running from this change, running from like the betterment, running from looking at the betrayals and what they've done for you, what they've done to you. I feel like some people are talking about your shadow or your darkness or your addictions, or some people may really like be noticing, like you may think that you have your vices under control, but I don't think that you do. Some of you may be in a relationship that is toxic and you think that nobody can tell that it's toxic, but they can. It may be with someone with Taurus, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Capricorn placements. But Leo season ultimately is coming in to help show you where these blockages are in your physical, spiritual, and sexual energy and in your practicality. It's time to get more practical about your passions. It's time to get more diligent, more structured. Things will start to feel in sync once you break free of some old outdated mindsets or beliefs, breaking free from some drama or chaos or betrayal from a marriage or from a commitment or a job or a church or family drama. These are big cards. And this, we're going to dive deep into this, into the plunge, but I do feel like there is something about shady behavior or feeling suspicious about someone or someone feeling suspicious about you or feeling like you're being stolen from or taken from. There could be stuff going on, stuff in courts not going your way. There could be some of you can't get the job that you want because you don't have the degree that you need to have, or you don't have the qualifications, or you don't have the connections. For some of you, this could be court cases not going as planned, needing to appeal, or not getting the results that you want possibly. And I do feel like there is very like end of an era kind of vibe coming in. The denial of an end of an era. There's an importance to remove excess, but to also not be letting yourself be taken advantage of. If you feel taken advantage of or stolen from, don't try to handle it yourself. I feel like not only will karma and the divine come through and equalize, but there is something about not tampering with your karma. The keys are closer than you think. Some of you have lost keys to something and they're in your house. Like they're there. It's not somewhere else. It's or you've lost something that's valuable to you and it's in your house. Or you lost it at church. I also heard the apothecary, which also could be like a nursery or a place with plants. There's a lot coming up with survival. Your survival instincts or survival mode. Wounds of the root chakra. Your ability to like clothe yourself, to shelter yourself. That's the thing. Whenever you grow up with, and that's something that's come through. I don't remember who else got that. But it's like when you grow up with caregivers who consistently don't meet your needs, you'll start to develop with less needs. And it may take a friend, a lover, a partner, a mentor, someone that really sees you to be able to like point out like, hey, you have this unmet need, And so I feel like there could be a needing to evaluate your needs, your standards. The lens with which you look at life through is going to be changing. Pay attention to your relationship with Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio energy. I do feel like there is some sort of unsubscribing from the struggle. Maybe some of you are putting off a move. Maybe some of you are scared to go to college, scared to go to school. Maybe some of you are not getting in the school that you want to, or your kid doesn't get in the school that they want to. I feel like someone may have been lying about something, lying about grades, lying about school, lying about going to church, lying about going to the office, or lying in court, lying on the report, lying on something like that. We're going to clarify it. But I do feel like the whole like burning the candle at both ends thing really starts to shift. Understanding like you're safe enough. You've earned enough. Some of you are scared to launch something. Some of you have been scared to travel. Some of you are really nervous to like put your all into something. And Sagittarius, you are usually a very all or nothing kind of person. And so this kind of shocks me. God, I'm exhausted. Yet still working we are. And there may be something that like you're dealing with as well is shifts in your work ethic, shifts in your how like the pace that you can go. Don't force yourself to run on E. You don't need to do that. And it's not healthy for anybody, and it just fucks with the quality of your work. Which, if that's what you want to be known for, why would you do anything to sacrifice that? Just trying to take my time and see if anything else comes through, and that's what I feel like you should be doing too, is taking your time. You know what, let's just clarify. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.